It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
What I'm saying, when you look at the dynamics of the fight game today, compared to when Ken Miller brought you in, would you been around the game? We're not afraid about 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, in between that.
So, yeah. So now it's got the taste. It left a bad taste because you don't even go to shows no more.
It's see, I've been behind the red carpet, so it's a little bit different. So as you said, it's different now, yes, because now it's a corporate sport. The sport is funded by networks, you know, so the promoter don't have to go and seduce people and go seduce Donald Trump, you know, to get the money. You know, the money is already in the pot. It's allocated. So they are part of the budget. Like ESPN created a budget for Top Rank, Showtime created a budget for PBC, The Zone created a budget for Matchroom. So Eddie Hearn don't have to go and convince a guy, hey, give me $10 million and here's here's the $10 million. Here's what the fighters are getting paid. Here's the value of the fight. Here's the return. So that's why the mob was able to wash their money, you know, in boxing. In addition to the like sanitation department and cigarettes and stuff like that. So,
And you're
uh,
right.
mhm.
To pick it back off what you said, Eddie's father, Barry, he had to really hustle over there in England. Eddie got a gift with his own.
Oh, a huge gift for sure.
So now his father, every time Barry got, Barry and Mickey Duck, they had to work their way up from the days of Henry Cooper, Joe Buck, and all them. They had to put up posts in there. You ain't got to go around the city putting up no posters of getting 5 or 10,000 from this brewery, 5 or 10,000 from Coca-Cola. So they ain't got to do all that now. Because like you said, Fred, these networks, the ones that's left, they retarded. So it's more corporate. I call it the Wall Street game now. I don't even call it the fight game no more. I call it the Wall Street game. Because you got all these undercover now. You take now, we all know that Budweiser been promoting shows for a long time. Now, I ain't even heard Budweiser name mentioned at no shows lately. You, Fred?
Nah, you got Corona now.
Yeah.
You got other entities that are promoting like um so so they've been replaced. I also understand where you're coming from. Like these American brands uh
Yeah.
attaching themselves to the American sport. We don't have that. I would agree. Like the NBA has Gatorade, NBA, you know, stuff like that. Um, so it's not
I
Spalding,
mean,
Wilson basketball. So I get it. I get it.
and what this guy doing, Fred?
Who's this guy?
The Turkey Alice Sheik.
Uh-huh.
He just throwing away money.
He's
He's
not
trying
throwing
to
away money. He don't have the same
bring.
goals you. He doesn't have the same goals as a
I
Bob Arum.
understand. I understand what you're saying, Fred.
Uh-huh.
As you said the other day, he's promoting his country.
Right.
So now, but now if he gonna promote his country, Fred, he got a decent light heavyweight. Why he don't promote him? He have a light heavyweight and put that division back on the map. like it was the days of doing Michael Spinks and Saad Muhammad and Quaweed, all those guys that Murad had. So when you bring in a guy from UFC that can't spell boxing, just got a lot of money, it don't benefit what you trying to do for your country. I don't see. Fred, can you tell me anything that Dana White can do for this guy that benefits him promoting his country?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe he has a guarantee of a big UFC event. You know, one hand washes the other. I don't know. I'm only speculating, but yeah, he's going to benefit from it for sure. You know, now from your perspective, from the underworld, they call it extorting. From the business world, they say fair exchange is no robbery. I don't know, but it appears that Dana White is gaining the upper hand financially. But when you're the government and you can print money like the United States, it's not about it's not about that. It's about uh, cementing Saudi Arabia's in footprint in America. And one of the most powerful ways to do it is through sports. That they got golf, they got UF, I mean, they got the WWE done been over there. Uh, uh, they got the soccer leagues over there. So I think we're being narrow minded as Americans to think that we're the standard. I think also that uh, it's they using sports for entertainment and to make boxers wealthy. I don't think that's what he's in it for. He's in it because now wars are fought with information. Wars aren't fought with tanks and soldiers, and it's it- it's how can I get information to get currency from you? So for example, we can't this is why Donald Trump this is why one of the reasons why I like Donald Trump as it pertains to his business acumen. If America gets access to China and their billions of people, oh my God, it opens up the floodgates. And I respect Donald Trump for saying if you want a piece of the American population in terms of your businesses, it's not a one-way street anymore. You have to promote because I don't know if you know, but the internet is cut off. China is cut off from the rest of the world. So propaganda, the American propaganda is not allowed in China. They have a filter. Like emails, it takes 24 hours to send an email. I've heard uh uh their Instagram is curated, their TikTok is curated.
Yeah, I
However,
got that from Sean. You're right. I got that from Sean Gibbons
yeah,
because he do a lot of shows over there in China and Japan. Sean Gibbons told me that.
yeah. So China is closed to America, whereas America is open to China. So Americans don't understand it because they just angry at this man named Donald Trump. And I'm not here to defend Donald Trump. I'm here to I'm here to make this my argument make sense. Um,
Well,
yeah. Go ahead. Do you understand where I'm coming from, or do I need to
I,
elaborate more?
no, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. Okay.
But what I will say, Fred, I don't know him, Donald Trump. I don't, as a politician, seen his work as a politician. I know him as the guy that was in the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
And he did well by the promoters that I was with. At the time I was in the meetings, he put up the money. He did that's why him and DK still close. Now I don't know how close him and Am is, because I don't know how close him and Am is. But I know Am went off on Don when Don backed him when they had the Republican when he first won, when they had it in Cleveland. I don't really know. But what I will say, Fred, he's making some moves that, It may help the country, may not. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
That game said, I only know politics for it on the state level.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I never with nobody other than Bill Gray, who was one of the first black congressmen out of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Reverend Gray real well from the Bar Hope Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm.
I knew him in Philly. And that movement that was in Philly. But them other guys, Fred, I don't know them guys. So,
Mm.
but what I will say, the turkey out of sheep, you think he's good for boxing, Fred?
As a fan, hell yeah. Like I'm getting I got although the show was horrific, you can't all you can do is get these fighters to sign the dotted line, right? We got we got Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia on one card. You know, where do you get that? You got Shakur Stevenson versus William Cepeda. You got Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. Uh, you had the first undisputed heavyweight championship. Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn couldn't pull it off. He pulled it off. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You know, as you say, so goes Temple number 12. So goes the world. So goes the heavyweight division. So goes boxing. You know.
So who's undisputed now? Who's it?
Yeah.
He,
No, the boys has a belt now. The boys has a belt, I believe.
who?
The boys, Daniel Dubois. Excuse me.
Daniel DeVos, who he won it from?
Oh man, who did he just beat? Oh, Anthony Joshua.
Who he won it from, Fred? Daniel DeVos.
I think Anthony Joshua fought. They fought for a vacant. I think he's the IBF champion. I think. I don't know. I don't. I
So,
believe he has a belt though. Daniel Dubois. Uh-huh.
so there's one title still out there.
Yeah,
So
but
he
they
don't have
fought
to
for
go.
undisputed. Remember, they fought twice.
Yeah, but Fury only had 3 titles.
But Usyk had the other ones. Usyk
No,
had the belts. Fury only had one. WBC. He beat
who?
Wilder.
Uzi beat Wilder?
No, Fury beat Wilder. He had the WBC.
Yeah.
Usyk beat Anthony Joshua for the other belts.
Oh, okay. So, so Uzi, you ever interviewed his manager, Amos Clamus?
Oh, I was
The,
around him every week,
the
every week
worst,
for years. When
the
I did,
worst.
remember him and Bob were cool. So I did a lot of top rank events.
So what I'm telling you, Fred, Amos Clamus, I wouldn't trust him for as I can throw him. I used to get on him in New York. I used to stay on him. I say, but he knew I liked it. Lomachenko and his father, they was cool with me. They always, he said, "You need tickets, man. Fathers are here. Use these two. I know you're gonna sell the rest of them when they be going in." He said, "I took care of my people. Here you go, champ." I like Lomachenko, but that night against Devin, I just, I hugged both of them. But he said, "I understand." He said, "I heard his story, how Bill looked out for you. You got to be with your people, man. I know you love and respect me and my son. I ain't mad." So when I saw him in New York. So what do you
Did
do?
Devin win
You
that fight? Did Devin beat Loma?
yeah, he beat him
Oh,
in Las Vegas.
you think he won? You think Devin won?
I think that 12th round gave it to Devin.
Okay, okay.
I think the 12th round gave it to
I
him.
thought Devin won.
Yeah, the 12th round
Mm-hmm.
sealed it for him. And Bill was graceful. That's the graceful I've seen Bill. But when he went across that water, now, you mentioned something, Fred, about Hitchens, that he can scramble eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But Fred, I don't think he can beat Cambosa. Lou got something up his sleeve. I asked Lou. Lou said, "Leon, my kid is going to be he's going to be champion again." So, Fred, I'm surprised that they didn't, and are you surprised that they didn't use Lou's connection in New York that they trying to bypass Lou and don't let Lou eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know that I know. You might not know. You might do know that the Guineas got ties to the U.S. Open. Lou got enough power in this city to make that date go away. Not saying that he would, but the Guineas got more power in New York than people think they got. They still got power.
Oh yeah, they businessmen now. Their
Mm-hmm.
sons and daughters are business people.
They ain't cracking
They ain't
heads no more.
peddling cigarettes and alcohol and drugs, man.
They cracking.
They on the stock market buying up downtown Manhattan, opening up law offices. Man, that's 1930. This is 2030 now, man.
They ain't cracking heads no more. To give you,
Ah, they making you go broke. They controlling the media now. You know what I mean? Like shit, it's different. It's
and
different. They controlling algorithms now. Algorithms is the new crack now.
see, Fred, they still shaking down fighters, but not with the gun, with the pencil. A lot of these fighters got Guinea agents, so they're getting their kickback from the agent. You one of us. You give them a price. They use your service. You give us our cut.
Mm,
So they still in the mix, but they're in the corporate mix of it.
hmm
So like you just said, they get money, but they getting legit under the table because I remember, Fred, and you probably remember because you in the basketball arena. Uh, it ain't many Jewish agents, Fred, as it used to be, like it was in the 80s and the 70s.
Right.
To me, it's more Italian lawyers. It's basketball agents now. They done got into the agent field than it is Jewish lawyers. So when you look at it, there's more lawyers in the fight game, Fred, than I've seen in my 60 years of boxing.
Oh, oh man. Everyone wants the next Mike Tyson now. Come on, man. It's a drug, man. And it's no barrier. See, the reason why anybody with money can get into boxing. There's no barriers. There's no tests you got to take. There's no drug test. There's no proof of funds. None of that. You know,
You just
you just
you
jump
just gotta
in.
have a bankroll.
You know, you can lie
So you
to a
just gotta
fighter.
have a bankroll now, Fred. All it needs is a bankroll.
Not even that. You don't even need a bankroll. You can lie to a fighter. And
Now,
and,
when you
and
look at it, Fred,
Mhm.
when you when you when you look at it, so all they need is a bankroll, right, Fred?
Not even that, because all you got to do is secure the down payment on the fighter. Shit, you know. And if your fighter don't win, you can literally walk away because the fighter can't afford to sue you. And you still own the contract. Like
Yeah.
it ain't no barriers. Like uh but that's why the commissions are there to secure the funds, you know?
Let me ask you this, Fred.
Yeah.
Do you think they need a federal boxing commission?
Oh man, that's a good question. Because I like I like it the way it is because I believe in capitalism. I believe in free enterprise. Uh, so I also understand it from a fighters after boxing. You know, I think the fighters see the fighters. Boxing is a dumb and a poor man's sport from a fighter's perspective. So you have no
Yeah,
business acumen, you have no money. Is
come
if
from the hood.
Yeah, if you're an athlete, it's your last resort. You know, uh, no one comes out the womb wanting to be a fighter. Who wants to get punched in the face? You know, so um, so from that perspective, I understand it. I think fighters need to uh, come in the game with a legal team, but they don't think of it like that. All fighters want to do is get signed. man, if I can get signed to Top Rank and fight on ESPN, my life will change forever. No, if you come in the game with a lawyer that's all in on you, you won't get robbed.
So,
Shit.
so
Shit.
Fred, what do you think about Dana White trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act?
Uh, you know, there's a piece of me that says the Muhammad Ali Act may be outdated. Reason why is
But you say that,
because people because Al Heyman knew how to circumvent it, how to go around it. Uh, so all you had to do was be an advisor. You have no ties to nothing. You're not a manager. You're not a promoter. You're not nothing. So Al Heyman and some people say evil genius. Someone say genius. Bob Arum and Oscar took him to court for this. Um, and he's basically Houdini. So it needs to be more stringent. I don't know what it looks like though. I'll be honest. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know. That would be people for people like you who's been in the underworld, who's also been in the boardrooms, who's seen money exchange hands. You would be the expert on that. You know.
what I would say, Fred, we need the Muhammad Ali,
Mhm.
but you have to look at it where if a fighter don't use it in the time of using it, then what good is it? A lot of promoters get to the fighter and say, "Well, I'm gonna do this. You don't have to take me to court and use Muhammad Ali." Some fighters have used and benefit from it, but I think Fred, every other sport got a union but the fight game,
Right.
and and it's sad that the fight game don't have a union. Even Tiger Woods never even got a union. Don't they, Fred? Ain't God got a union?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I mean, one would imagine, yeah.
But basketball got a union, baseball, football, but not even soccer got a union. I heard. But the fight
Yeah, but
game,
the but you got a man like Turkey Al Sheikh who got all the money and can minimize power. So that's why I'm saying it has to be
Fred,
rewritten. If Al
Fred,
Heyman got
and you
all
right,
the look, if Al Heyman had all the money in 2014, how the hell you gonna go against a man who got all the money?
Fred,
If Turkey Al Sheikh has all the money, he can minimize all power.
Fred, he can only minimize power in this town if the guy downtown getting a piece. They let him do what he want to do. He's not Fred. He's giving up some money downtown. He's not coming to this town and making moves and ain't giving up nothing. If Dana White smart from his troubles in Boston with the underworld, he should have told him certain people don't care about how much money you got. They don't care where you're from. If you step on their toes, they come and break.
Hmm.
So, so I think he's only doing what in New York because he got the backing of the mayor, city council. He making moves here, and the moves he making now, Fred, he could he could have made it in the '80s. Do you agree? Do your fans agree? The move that took out Chief making that, he couldn't make those moves in the days of Tommy and Ray and Marvin and Roberto.
Shit, it'll be easier. It'll be
It was
easier.
easy.
It'll be easier in the 80s.
No, Fred, the mom was more powerful then. They was getting their cut from everything in the '70s and '80s.
Yeah, but like you said, they were getting their cut. There's no loop. There's no. It's just money. Ain't no
Fred,
power. Listen, if whoever has the money has the power, it's not integrity in boxing. It's only integrity on your dinner table,
you
man,
saying
or
that
or at
he can
Papa's
come
or at
in this
Grandpa's
town,
house.
Philly, LA, he might do anything in LA with them Hollywood charade. But you think he can come in this town, Philadelphia, Miami, and do what he want to do? And took out a cheap
Yep.
and don't have no problems?
You listen. You think it's just money? The same
But
way the nation look. The same way the Nation of Islam infiltrated
ain't the
boxing.
question. I didn't. That ain't the question I asked you.
Oh, what'd you ask me? I'm sorry.
I asked you, do you think he can come here, not count LA, but that's Hollywood charade, Miami, Philadelphia, New York, and New Jersey, and do what he want to do?
Right
And
now,
right now, and he's not dropping off no bags downtown, or
no.
sending no bags downtown.
That's the easiest. See, that's the easiest thing for him to do. Is solve a problem with money. That's the easiest thing he can do. Like that ain't nothing. Like that's man. Listen, man.
But Fred,
Listen.
he don't have no. But I'm just saying, the fighters are falling for that crap.
The
I
fighters are
think this
falling
guy is
for
the
it.
worst
Everybody's falling
promoter,
for it.
want
We
to be
can't put the
promoted in
fighters.
history.
Everyone's falling for it. Everyone. It's.
Well, if you think so,
They signing their fighters off.
I don't think he's a good promoter. I think he's a wannabe.
He's not a promoter.
What is he? Just a financial guy?
Yep, that want to see certain fights in certain locations.
Fred, you thinking that U.S. Open gonna come off? I don't think it's gonna come off.
I don't care where the fight's at. I'm getting the fight. See, I'm not on that side.
Do you think?
Uh huh.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You to Lou before you know Lou. And moving downtown can block U.S. Open fight in Houston.
Do I think what? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Do you, Fred?
Do I think what? I'm sorry. They
Do
hear
you
me?
think that Lou in downtown can block that U.S. Open event if they choose to?
Of course, they can block it, but they're not gonna. They're not blocking their blessings. You
And I know that they now. I don't know why this guy don't want to do. Why you think he couldn't get Central Park? Fred? Why do you think he couldn't get Central Park?
risk versus reward. There's too many things that can go wrong. Central Park.
And too many interests.
Oh, too many points of entry for sure.
So, and what he did in Times Square was a disaster.
Right. And I think that played a part in the New York City's decision.
You
Like, hold
think
up,
what,
nah.
Fred?
And I believe that played a part in New York's decision. Like, nah, we ain't doing Central Park, dog. No. Mm-mm.
They had all the broadcasters. I don't even know, Fred, you may know, I haven't talked to Bomax. Is the Crawford fight signed?
You want to change subjects?
No, I'm saying, is the Crawford fight signed?
You said it was. They just looking for a location. It's signed. September, the second Saturday in September. They just looking for a location.
So now, would Crawford Canelo do good at the Barclay?
Hold on a second. Let's just talk about that on its own. Hold on.